James Tracy, Land Use Council, Redwood Materials, et cetera, et cetera. In relation to the last speaker and the last week's meeting on the Shoreline Master Program, I want to put on the record to make sure everyone in the audience understands that the point of attack against the document that the Board of County Commissioners, at the behest of the Department of Ecology, have passed on to them for public hearing is the comment period that's going on right now. I urge everyone who has concern one way or the other to submit their comments by the May 11th deadline. There will be multiple legal challenges on the Shoreline Master Program. I guarantee that here in public, right now, here and now. And so it's very important that the record of the Department of Ecology's hearing process be as complete as possible. Subject number 2. Last week, Mr. Miller stood up before the board and made a suggestion that this public comment period be abandoned. I have made the same suggestion in the past, subject to 2 very important caveats, and I'm here today to agree with Mr. Miller and to state those caveats. Caveat number 1, Jefferson County should have a public comment on every resolution, ordinance, contract, or other significant matter that comes before this board for decision. Not in a 30-minute session at the beginning of the day, which may or may not transfer into the official record of the subsequent action that the Board of County Commissioners takes, but during that action. Basically like every other civilized county in Central Puget Sound. Caveat number 2, I have for years, as have other speakers here, urged that the county institute a dialogue between itself and its citizens. You took some very important steps, very laudable steps back in December and January to do 2 things. One is to establish a local users committee to advise DCD, and the other was to establish community meetings. So that my second caveat is institutionalize those community meetings. Once a quarter, that may be very sufficient. And along with that institutionalization of those meetings, establish a feedback loop. These one-way conversations aren't worth a damn to anybody. There's got to be a feedback loop. And the county needs to establish its credibility in answering questions. I have 2 letters that have been sitting like a lump of barnyard dung on somebody's desk here in Jefferson County for 4.5 months now that have not yet to receive the respectful response. So you've got to establish a credible feedback loop and a credible way to conduct a dialogue on an ongoing basis with your community. Subject to those 2 caveats, I concur with Mr. Miller that these public comments are essentially theater, useless, and counterproductive. Thank you.